Life One Only here with another exciting live stream. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the new May 9th update that's coming to Dragon Ball FighterZ. As of the time of this video, the update is not out yet, and we have very limited information, but there's one big point in the information that stood out to me that I'd be really interested in talking about. Yo, Kirby, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. So this new information that's come up, there was a news article on IGN. IGN also posted a video on it, but the official source of the information comes from the Bandai Namco Facebook page. They did a post about it. So, update coming May 9th to Dragon Ball FighterZ. There were two big things that came up, and then the rest were mainly like fixes and battle stat changes, I guess. Balancing would be a better way to say it. So when it comes to balancing changes and stuff like that, that could be covered in another video. I'm a little less interested in that. Kirby is currently playing a game. He says he's having fun with his Dimensional Dragons deck. That's great to hear, Kirby. So some of the two big updates that have come to Dragon Ball FighterZ are FIGHTERZ CUP and Party Battle. And I'm mainly interested in talking about Party Battle, but first let's cover FIGHTERZ CUP because it is a new feature after all, and it is somewhat interesting. So FIGHTERZ CUP is going to be a monthly competition where players can fight and collect points for their respective Z Union. And when I read that, I was like, what's a Z Union? Keep in mind, I don't actually own Dragon Ball FighterZ. I normally played at my friend Q's house or played at my friend Dozer's house. So I was like, what are Z Unions? Like, what is that? So there was a Newsweek article that I read that explained what Z Unions are. And essentially, you pick a character that's playable in the game, and you say, that's my favorite character. And the more often that character wins, the more rewards you win in-game. So essentially what FighterZ Cup is it's just a tournament where you get to play to earn more rewards for your Z Union. So all the Goku fans out there can help support fellow Goku fans by competing in the FighterZ Cup. And that's cool, I guess, but it still doesn't seem as interesting as the Party Battle. So Party Battle is going to be co-op fights where 3 players can join forces to defeat fearsome bosses. Now that's all the information that we have so far that I'm aware of when it comes to Party Battle. But I have many questions. For one, will these bosses just be buffed up versions of playable characters we already have in the game? Or will they be pulling from like movie characters and characters from the show that are overpowered who will have like their own movesets and they won't be playable in the game, but they're broken characters but not too broken where 3 players couldn't work together to beat it? Because I think that would be really cool. I would love to see characters that may or may not ever be playable in the game, but are playable, you're able to play against them in party mode, I guess is what I would like to see. I'd like to see, like, Janemba, Harudagarn, a lot of the boss characters from the movies be these fearsome bosses that you have to body in Party Battle. I also would really like to see the bosses be characters that are from the super anime that are like a little OP. Like, we're getting Merge Zamasu as a playable character, but I would really like to see Merge Zamasu where he's like fully bulked out and like half his body's kind of deformed as being like one of the fearsome bosses, and it being like an upscaled version of him. There was also a giant character that was introduced in Dragon Ball Super who could like punch holes in dimensions. I would love to see him be one of these bosses and just let them have fun making like really broken characters and making it where you and your friends really have to work together in order to overcome these bosses. Other than questions about what the bosses will be like, I would like to see this have a local option, an online option, and like a merged option without them being 3 separate things. I would love it if you could go to like one area in the little FighterZ lobby, and when you walk to that area, it would be like, oh, would you like to do a party battle? And then if you have 3 friends hanging out together like on the couch, all 3 of you could like pop into the party battle, and it would be like, oh, it's full, and then you can just go in. But I would also love it if you could do a party battle where, like, let's say you only have 1 friend over, and it's like you have 2 local people, and then you wait for someone with good internet connection to, like, say, hey, I want to do a party battle, and I'm looking for people to, like, play with. And then they jump in, and then all 3 of you go in, with it being a mix of, like, people playing locally and people playing online. And, of course, I feel like they're going to have it where if you're by yourself, you can have 2 people online jump in, and they can play alongside you. So with Party Battle, I really want to see that. I got a Book of Mormon commercial. I heard they were coming to Huntsville. But anyways, I really want to see Party Battle evolve. and become this thing where you can get regular bosses added to the game, bosses that are characters that will be introduced in like future movies and like the anime, and maybe even like manga original characters that end up being thrown into Fighter Z. That would be really cool. And maybe some of these characters, after they're introduced as bosses, could have dumbed down versions of themselves that you could actually like play in the game. That would also be really nice. Kirby says he's really enjoying his Dimensional Dragons deck. That's really cool. I'm glad that you're enjoying the deck so far. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the Fighter Z update that's coming May 9th? Do you think that this update is going to add a lot of very interesting balancing changes? Are you excited for the new modes that are being introduced? What are your thoughts on the fearsome bosses that are going to be in Party Battle? And do you think it'll have couch co-op as well as online multiplayer? Or do you think it'll just be online multiplayer? I feel like I would really enjoy doing videos where Q, Bang, Zell, and I are like sitting down on the couch and we're all facing off against like this really crazy boss and trying to like take him down in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas, or any other discussion points related to Dragon Ball FighterZ update this coming May 9th, make sure to post them in the comment section below. I like to keep the discussion going down there. Also, all the links to like articles I read, the Facebook update itself, all those links I'm going to post in the description below. So if you want to look into it yourself and do similar research, I'm laying down the groundwork for you to just jump in and do that yourself. If it's not currently in the description, that's because I haven't added it yet, but hopefully once I'm finished uploading this video, that'll all be in there. Live streams. Thanks again. Peace.